Okay, we're going to go through the Chapter 5 review. The first question, st to the fourth becomes s to the fourth t to the fourth. Then we have s to the fourth to the third, which becomes s to the 12th, and t to the third. Then it's kind of like combining like terms, but you're adding your exponents. So s to the fourth times s to the 12th, you're multiplying, so you add those exponents and get s to the 16th. And that probably is enough information for you to find your correct answer. And then t to the fourth and t to the third, that gives you t to the 7th. Okay, this one is supposed to look like this. 3x to the negative 2, y to the third, over 2x to the third, y, the whole thing raised to the negative 2. There's several ways to attack this. One way is to simplify the inside the parentheses first. I just like to get rid of the parentheses first, so I'm going to use this negative 2 on everything. So 3 to the negative 2, x to the, multiply those, positive 4, y to the negative 6th, 2 to the negative 2, x to the negative 6th, y to the negative 2. Okay. Now, right away, I know that my 3 squared is going to go on the bottom, and my 2 squared is going to go on the top, so I've dealt with those. 4 minus, excuse me, a negative 6 is positive 10. So we're going to have x to the 10th on the top. Negative 6 minus a negative 2 would be negative 6 plus 2, which is negative 4. So we'd have y to the negative 4th. That y to the negative 4th has to go to the bottom. So on the top, 2 squared is 4. We have x to the 10th. On the bottom, 3 squared is 9. And that y to the 4th moves to the bottom. And that helps you to find your answer. Okay, 9.13 times 10 to the 7th. 7 is a positive number, so you're looking at a number bigger than 1, not a decimal. So we need to move this decimal point to the right to make this a big number. We need to move it to the right 7 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put zeros in all those. This becomes 91,300,000. That'd be that answer. Okay, scientific notation. There's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. We want the decimal point to be here, so right away you can say that that is not the right answer because we have to have a number before the decimal. And to get the decimal to here, we need to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So it'd be either 10 to the 6th or 10 to the negative 6th. But because it's a decimal, we want 10 to the negative 6. Okay. This is the most commonly missed question because this negative has to be distributed to 4x to the third and to the 1. And that negative has to be distributed to the 8x to the 4th and the 6x to the 3rd. So we have 5x to the 4th minus 3 minus 4x to the 3rd minus 1 minus 8x to the 4th minus 6x to the 3rd. Then we combine like terms. So our x to the 4ths, we have 5 and negative 8. That gives us negative 3x to the 4th. The x to the thirds, we have negative 4 and negative 6. That's negative 10x to the third. And the negative 3 and negative 1 makes negative 4. And this is a math entry. So negative 3, you can just go away thing, x to the exponent button. I'm sorry that thing keeps popping up. I wish it wouldn't. To the 4th. You have to use the right arrow to get out of the exponent. Minus 10x, exponent button, third, right to move out of there, minus 4. Don't forget to put your x's in there, don't forget to put your exponents in there, and make sure you check that you've moved out of your exponent before you start the next term. So make sure before you go on that this looks on the screen like it looks on your paper so that you're satisfied that you have entered the answer correctly. Okay, I realize this one is not on the paper copy or on my answer key online, so I apologize about that. We've got 3x minus 2 and 5x minus 3. We need to double distribute. 3x times 5x is 15x squared. 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. Negative 2x times 5x is negative 10x. And negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Now, if you type it in like this, it is going to give you the wrong answer. You have to combine your like terms. So 15x squared minus 19x plus 6. 15x, exponent button, square, get out of your exponent, minus 19x plus 6. And before you go on, make sure that what you have on your paper matches what you've typed in there, that you're confident that you have entered that correctly. If you need help with the math entry, make sure you let me know. 2x plus 9 squared means 2x plus 9 times 2x plus 9. We need to double distribute. 2x times 2x is 4x squared, plus 18x, plus 18x, plus 81. Sorry about the background noise. There's people in the hallway as I'm trying to record. 4x squared, 18 and 18 is 36x, plus 81. So 4x squared plus 36x plus 81 is that answer. Okay, x minus 5 to the third means x minus 5 times itself 3 times. First, you need to multiply 2 of them. So that would be x squared minus 5x plus 25. That simplifies to x squared minus 10x plus 25. Then you need to bring down this third x minus 5, and now we need to double distribute with all of that. So x times x squared is x to the third. X times negative 10x is negative 10x squared. X times 25 is 25x. Now you might notice that I'm running out of room on my space right here. When I do the next distributing, I'm going to stack my like terms. So negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared. Stack that right underneath the other x squared term. Negative 5 times negative 10x is negative 50, positive 50x. And negative 5 times 25 is negative 125. Sorry, that looks like 7. Now we combine our like terms, and we get x cubed minus 15x squared plus 75x minus 125. So we need minus 15 plus 75. That one looks right. Okay, long division. First, you need to check to see if you have any missing terms, and I don't think we do. So we have x to the third plus 6x squared plus 11x plus 12. We're dividing that by x squared plus 2x plus 3. Now, the 2x plus 3 is really just along for the ride. We're really focusing on the x squared. X squared times what is x to the third? That would be another x. Now distribute that. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 3 is 3x. We subtract each of these, and you have to subtract all of them, and this is the most common mistake with long division. X cubed minus x cubed cancels. 6x squared minus 2x squared is 4x squared. 11x minus 3x is 8x. Bring down your next term, and then start a new cycle. X squared times what is 4x squared? That would be a 4. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 3 is 12. Notice these are all the same, so when we subtract, they all cancel, and we have no remainder. Your answer is x plus 4. Synthetic division is going to be super, super, super important that you check for a missing term, and we do have a missing term. So this is really x to the third plus 3x squared plus 0x minus 9. So we're going to use 1x to the third, 3x squared, 0x, and negative 9. We're going to divide that by x plus 4, so we put a negative 4 in front of the synthetic division. Drop your first number down. We multiply to put the number here, and then add. Multiply, add, multiply, add. So negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Add those. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Add those. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. Add those. The last number is your remainder. So honestly, once you get your remainder, you may be able to look at these answer choices and figure out which one is the correct answer. But to do this fully, we started with x cubed, we divided by an x, so we now have x squared minus x plus 4, and then our remainder goes over what we originally divided by. So this is our x squared term, this is our x term, this is our number, and then our remainder. Let's see how we did. All right. Let me know if you have any questions.